Jay showed up tonight looking like she's gonna lead me to where I can find a screwdriver at a popular chain hardware store.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it to be my turn. I did show up in a beanie and a California Republic hoodie that has cigarette stains in it, so go ahead, bring it on.
Jay, bleep that. F you, hardware store, pay us. Naming my
That's true. Insert hardware store here.
You don't get free publicity on our podcast of 20 listeners.
I got everything I'm wearing right now for free, from the hardware store hat down to the sports team sweats that I'm wearing. Everything here is just I got for free. That is my free look.
I don't think I own any free pants. That's kind of disappointing. That's a hell of a thing that you never think about. I don't think I own a single pair of pants that I didn't pay for.
I am the kind of person that for some reason people look at and say, I bet I could hawk my old shit off on them.
Like, I have a couple of t-shirts that I don't think I paid for. The hoodie I'm currently wearing I didn't pay for, but like pants, I don't think I have any pants I got for free.
Not
Nothing
even as
as
like
gifts?
gifts or anything?
I mean, I guess. Does it count if my wife buys me pants?
No.
Yeah, no.
Unless it's under like a Christmas tree or something.
Okay, I guess I do
Like-
own pants that I didn't pay for.
Oh my god!
Unless it's like wrapped up as a gift, it doesn't count. Oh my god, Ben?
Ben Quadraneros is the article showcase on Wikipedia today.
We were having a nice discussion about
Oh my
foul
God, roll the
pants,
intro.
and you
Hello and welcome to Star Wars Every Week Forever, the podcast in which we watch one Star Wars movie every week forever. This week, Empire Strikes Back. Ben, how was your watch?
It was good. Again, watched with roommate, and we together decided that Chewie is the group mom.
I mean, yeah.
Jay looks conflicted.
No, it's like that dude's way too angry to be the group. Well,
Mama
I guess-
bear energy.
I don't know. There's a little too much fucking with people energy coming off of Chewie to be like mom bear energy. Gives off distinct dad energy, actually, to me.
Yeah. How I don't think we've asked. Ben, how's she feeling about Star Wars overall, being 5 movies deep now?
I don't know. She hasn't really given any like strong opinions. I mean, seems like she's enjoying it, but
Sounds like you need to be asking her more questions as you're watching.
I don't really like prod. I just like watch them with her, and we're just like, haha, funny at appropriate moments.
I've had you over for a couple of watches, and at the end, you'll start to get up to get ready to leave or to go on to the next thing. I'm like, wait, hold on. What did you think? To like get content. Chris, how was your watch?
My watch was fine. I mean, it's Empire. It's my thoughts on Empire at this point. I still enjoy it, but there's nothing of any individual enjoyment in this movie. There's no part of this movie. Oh, and that's not true. Cloud City's kind of fun still,
I
but
was gonna say.
Cloud City's still kind of fun. But no, I mean I enjoy
Would
the
you
movie overall,
describe
I
it?
think, but
Would you describe it as fun or describe it as more bearable than the rest of the movie?
yeah, I mean it really could just be like, yeah, this one sucks slightly less, so therefore it must be good.
I came up with a pretty decent analogy, I think, watching this time. These movies now feel like those little plastic red viewfinders that you had when you were a little kid. It has the same emotional entertainment value as those did, because they're just moving pictures with some sounds, kind of.
Some sounds, kind of. Oh, God.
It's just a sequence of events that happens to us once a week.
I have seen the wizard behind the curtain, and now I cannot go back.
Listen,
it's too late.
Oh no, this movie certainly happens to me less than the rest of them do, so.
That's fair.
Yeah. You know what? I'm done being nice to Revenge of the Sith. I'm not saying it's a shit movie. It is the second best watch out of all of them, but I'm done being nice to it. Empire is like the easiest watch. You know what? I don't even know if that's true. I think A New Hope might be the easiest watch because you're in and out faster.
Jay's just fucking coming in swinging.
Jay took her gloves off today. She is like ready to go.
I'm
I didn't
done.
expect Empire to be the one getting thrown down on.
Listen, I'm sitting here, and I'm sick, and I'm just letting the stream of thought happen.
That's dangerous.
I hate watching all of these movies. I hate watching all of these movies now. All of them. I hate watching them. I hate watching them so much, y'all. And
Ooh.
Prepare for an upper episode, folks.
There's a
boy howdy.
Want to talk about
There's
happening to you?
There's a pecking order of things, and Empire's pretty near the top. Like, I think A New Hope might be easier because you're in and out quicker, but yeah. Empire's fine. My watch was not terrible.
You know that something's really lost a little bit of its luster when you start just rating them by how quickly they're over. And no other metric. You know?
I thought about this while I was watching it. If we ended this podcast tomorrow, which I'm not suggesting we do, if we did, would you ever go back and watch these movies? Ever? Because I don't think I would.
I would.
On occasion.
Well, here's the
Y'all
thing.
are crazy.
Here's the thing, because I've actually been doing a lot of weird, like, reflecting on this project as a whole recently.
Bring it on.
This has become a thing, I think, where we tried to kill Star Wars for ourselves, and, like, I don't know, man. I feel like it's almost made it better to me at this point. Like, I would probably still watch them as frequently as I did before, which was, you know, once every few months I'd pop a Star Wars movie in. But, like, I don't know. I mean, hell, I think I'd be happier to go back to watching these movies if we didn't do this podcast. You know, I'm going to end up watching them regardless. It's not, I don't know. Somehow it hasn't managed to kill Star Wars for me yet, which shocks even me at this point, but.
You know, I'd probably pop a Star Wars movie in, like Chris said, like once in a while. I feel like after a decompression period, I'd probably still enjoy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how long would that decompression period be?
That's a good question. And that's a question I do not have an answer to.
I don't even know if it would be that long afterwards. Like, you know, my wife really likes Revenge of the Sith. I feel like I'd watch that at least every few months if my wife wanted to watch it. You know, if I just going through TV and Star Wars is on TNT or TBS or whatever, you know, oh yeah, fuck it, I'll watch Star Wars.
I really think at this particular point, I don't know what it is about this rotation, but every movie I watch, I feel like it's wasting my fucking time.
How am I getting
more than usual
optimistic and everyone else is going in the fucking toilet? What's going on?
No, I'm good. I'm just.
Ben, we're not that far removed from you being like, I hate Star Wars. I hate.
Chris, shush. I love Star Wars. It is. I can't say that with a straight face.
You can't. Wow.
I still love Star Wars. I'm loving Boba Fett.
My
Which
opinion's
is-
changed on Boba Fett now as well after the second episode.
Currently running.
Oh, you
I'm-
like Boba Fett better now?
Yes, I was way more into it. I'm actually kind of excited about the rest of it.
Yeah, first episode was kind of meh. Like, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of like, all right, this is okay. Second episode, I love.
Second episode was very good. I love this this week to week, 6 weeks ago news that we're giving the
Yeah.
audience right now.
Yeah.
Boba Fett has
These
wrapped
reviews.
up at
Yeah,
this
it's
point
completely over.
in your guys' timeline.
I don't know how many episodes they have, but if it's anything like
Pretty sure it's 6.
like the MCU shows, yeah, it's gonna be very long over by the
It has
time.
Watch, it's gonna have one of the greatest final episodes of any series ever, and then the first episode where we talk about Boba Fett's gonna come out, and I'm like, man, this is a waste of fucking time. Get that.
I just realized I haven't mentioned this on the podcast. Did I tell y'all what I did about 2.5 weeks ago? I took all of my Star Wars books off my shelf and put them in a box. I just realized I never mentioned that on the show.
I remember you talking about doing that at one point. I didn't know you actually did it.
Yeah, I did it. I was looking at. I got a Switch over the holiday, and I was like, I kind of want to put my games rather than on one of these like fucking 16-year-old fucking gamer things. I want to put them on a shelf. And I looked at my shelves and I thought, well, I'm never gonna read any of those books again, so let's put them in a box and put them away, and I'll put my games in the shelf.
Thanks.
So that has happened.
Chris.
So I mean, wow.
Chris is like, wow, it's the end of an era.
We're really doing like heel face turns on this show a lot. Like we're swapping. Like I'm all super optimistic about Star Wars right now. You're going nuclear on it. You know?
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
He's about to do a book
I
burning.
don't think anyone listening. I don't think anyone that has listened to this show so far will be upset with the fact that I have expressed discontent about having Star Wars in my life. I think it's an understandable response, even if I'm alone in it. I'm just at the point where I really don't think that if we stopped tomorrow, which we will not obviously, but I really don't think if we stopped tomorrow I would ever pick up one of these movies again. And if I did, it would be a decade down the line.
Jeez.
I'm good. We had, our summer romance, and then I ruined it by being a terrible partner, and here we are.
Jesus Christ.
Really, that's what happened if we're realistic.
You could really, I feel like, to go therapist on this, you could really feel the trauma just emanating from that statement.
Yes.
I mean,
I love you, Jay.
Is it true that I thought to myself the other day, I have to explain this to a child in a few years? Like, yes, that's a true thing. He will look at me and he will be like, "Why do you do this?" I will go, "I don't know."
Your child needs to not know about this podcast until it's like you need to hide this from your child, and then one day they're gonna like walk in on you recording or something. You'll be like, "Now I gotta go in the office for an hour or so. I need you to not bother me whatever you do."
I don't. I'm just thinking about me as a child, and if my father had once a week looked at me and gone, "Now listen, son, I need you to not come in the office for about an hour and a half," I would have questions.
There's got to be a sweet point, because you have to tell the kid at some point, because if he gets old enough, at some point he's going to be like, "Does Dad just have a jerk off schedule?" Because if you let this shit go without explaining it too long, it's gonna go from being like a mild curiosity to like a teenage confusion to like, is my dad murdering people? for an hour in the office.
He's gonna be at school with their friends, and they're just gonna be like, yeah, like my dad was doing his thing that he does once a week, and everyone's like, what? And he's like, yeah, doesn't everyone's parents just like go into an office for like 2 hours once a week, usually on Fridays? They're gonna be like, what are you talking about?
And if you really wait too long to do this, you're going to have your kid in a therapy session in their 20s talking about, yeah, my dad was a really great dad, but once a week.
And then every once in a while, we would just be going through the TV, and Star Wars would come on TNT, and he would just lose his fucking mind for some reason.
Get the
Doing
shit
these
off
weird
my
voices, and I don't know what was going on.
Also, once a week, he puts a Star Wars movie on the TV and just stares blankly until it's over.
Just mutters under his breath like Disney Plus, best probably like best $27 a month in the biz. You know,
then, yeah.
inflation.
Oh my god. This is one of our favorite riffs, I think. Dad, what? Why do you slip into the office
Oh my god.
once a week and just like I just hear yelling about
No, you can't know. Our child can't know.
I don't know. Something about Trento Duomo. What does that even mean? Is that Latin? What's Oh god. I can't decide if I think my wife would make this worse or better.
You should tell her and then tell us how she reacts to this.
Yeah, I'll get back to you.
Because I want to know. To bring things back around here so we're not just bouncing off of this particular subject for the rest of the episode, which would. I think what it is I have been very resistant lately to the time sink that is the movies. I'm finally starting to get to the point where I'm getting forgetful about watching the movies. So later in the week, I'll be like, oh, fuck, I still have to do that. So I'm already going into the watch pissed off. Like, I really don't want to do this. And that's bleeding into, like, the complete inability to really want to watch Star Wars. Or really be able to put up with a watch in a good mood. Because, like, all the bits that we created were great for a while, and they're great when we sit here and talk about it, because, you know, improv and yes-anding, but when I'm sitting there, they don't help me get through the watch. They don't help the watch
anymore.
When I'm sitting here recording or editing, I think this is funny as shit, and I enjoy this so much. When I'm sitting in my room and watching a Star Wars movie, knowing that the dinner scene is fucking weird does not help it make it easier. And that is not, let me be very clear, that is not, no, I can hear it. I can see you pointing a finger, Chris. Oh, let me be very clear. This has no barring on the easiest watch of them all, unless you're counting in terms of my time sink, in which case it is A New Hope. It's legitimately just the process finally weighing on me. And I'll come back up. But this rotation, whew, I'm down.
Now I'm going to ride this high forever. Just
forever.
Really optimistic
Forever.
about Star Wars.
That's a bold choice of verbiage, Chris.
Listen, it's so bold, we put it in the title.
Oh, no.
Did we? Did we? Viewers?
Look at the title of the show.
Just go check the title.
Just a hard underline on Star Wars every week, forever.
Forever, yeah. It's definitely a thing that we said. And we will do.
Yep. till the heat death of the universe.
I do feel like no. If Heat Death of the Universe assumes that there's going to be replacements, no, we take this to our grave. Nobody's going to come on this podcast.
No, I mean, like,
No,
that's probably what, next 25 years, you think, at this point, at this rate?
I got a good 20 years. Oh, the Heat Death of the Universe?
Yeah,
no,
that's
not the
about...
universe. The Heat
The
Death of the
Earth,
human
man.
race, yes. No, we no replacements. When we go until there's only one of us left, and then they pass, and it's over. I ain't doing this to another human being.
Listen, hold on. We need to talk about that for a second. What do you mean till there's only one of us left? At some point, you want there to be one sad motherfucker sitting here? And the two of the others are just dead?
You know what? This is a sad conversation. This is a sad conversation we should probably have on the podcast, because it does come with the forever perk now, doesn't it?
What would that show even be?
There's a part of me that says yes, but also I don't want all the work of the podcast to be on one person who's sad because their friends are not here. So what do? Does this podcast end until one of us are gone?
Well, I don't know, Ben. What are you gonna do when Jay and I are both gone?
When Chris and I are both gone.
Well, when you put it that way,
You should emotionally prepare yourself.
I was not emotionally prepared for this today.
Listen, the show comes at you fast and heavy.
I'm sorry. That's a dark thing to reflect on. Here's my suggestion, personally. When one of us is gone, the show's over. You finish the rotation, and that's it. So really, it's Star Wars every week until Jay dies.
Jesus, now I'm sad.
I'm sorry.
It brought me back to life. It made me really sad.
Well,
I'm really sorry.
Well, ladies and gentlemen and folks that don't quite fit those pronouns.
I would like to apologize to the audience before we move on for that somber note.
Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary folks, welcome to our wonderful segment, of which everyone loves and adores for some reason. Is it canon?
Yeah! It's been a long time, but we're back.
It's been a long time. The game show where I throw random shit at Jay and Chris and make them guess whether it's canon or legends.
So excited.
For today's lineup, we have...
I'm so glad I bullied you into doing this tonight.
I had 3 things already, so Jay goes, "Oh, I need to come up with some bits fast." I was like, "Don't worry." So for today,
I got you, fam.
Article number 1, Omega Exercise. It was a training tactic.
I'm sorry?
The Omega Exercise.
No, I heard you.
Hearing wasn't the problem.
Wait, what? I'm so confused now.
Is this Star Wars jazzercising?
Jesus Christ. Was a training tactic used by the Imperial Academy. In the exercise, a cadet would be placed in command of a platoon of stormtroopers and sent into actual combat to ascertain their resolve under fire.
Run that by me again?
Sounds
So
pretty
they
effective.
take a
not gonna lie.
cadet, put them in charge of a platoon of stormtroopers, and send them off to war.
I was gonna say that's a war crime, but I'm pretty sure that
Right,
already happens.
Don't worry about it. You're gonna do great, kid. Just here's your hat. Get
Here's
on
your
out there.
hat.
Go get him.
Don't forget your lunchbox. Number 2, we have Project Fault Droid. It was the code name for a project that resulted in the development of insert droid name here and its variants. The name was derived from that of Fault Design Systems, a Republic-era company.
Was that Project Fault Droid?
Yeah.
How's fault spelled?
PH
P-A. Okay.
or Flut droid.
Ben is
Well,
about
that's
to,
an important distinction.
Ben is really about to impress us all with his ability to bullshit, isn't he? That's what's about to happen here.
Oh,
No,
don't you
none of them
worry.
are- none
They're
of them
all
are
real.
fake.
These
They're
are
all
all
real.
real Wikipedia
Oh,
articles.
okay, that's right.
2 of them are
I see, okay.
legends. 2
Okay.
of them are canon.
Okay.
We have Dorita's husband. A male individual was the husband of Dorita, a TIE pilot captain in the Galactic Empire's 204th Fighter Wing. She was killed during a battle around 5 ABY. And this one I've been holding on to for a while. We have Hako Draslip and the Tootle Fruits. Was a band that recorded the political song Vader's Many Prosthetic Parts.
I know that band.
Right.
I am aware of that band.
So, Vader's parts is Legends, as well as the Jazzercise. That's Legends also. The other 2 are canon.
I feel like I'm cheating actually, but I know a lot about Star Wars bands because I made a tabletop character just to fuck with people. Okay.
It's me. I'm people.
I'm gonna say.
All right, so wait, Chris, you
Yes.
had. Do you guys need them again at all, or?
No.
Okay, Chris, you had Jazzercise in your own words?
Jazzercise is Legends, and Vader's prosthetics is also Legends. And the other 2 are canon.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually say the same thing actually. Omega Exercise sounds like some Karen Travis shit. And I'm 99% sure the Jizz Band is in fact Legends.
It does
And
sound
the
like
other
some
2
Karen
are.
Travis shit.
It does sound like some Karen Travis shit. And then do we get bonus points if we can guess the author that made up this bullshit? 'Cause, and then Doritos and the Fault Droid are
All right.
canon.
So
I'm gonna find out that droid is Legends. I'm gonna get real pissed.
Starting with the Omega Exercise is Legends.
All right, tell me who made that shit.
That was from source, the Complete Star Wars Encyclopedia,
Oh.
which was written
okay.
by.
Yeah, it's not Karen Travis.
Yeah, no.
How funny would it be if it was Karen Travis? It's like, what did
I
writing
was
everything now?
Very certain. I was very certain.
Project Flut Droid is Legends. That is actually the operation
I
that
knew it!
created
Shit.
the IG assassin droids.
I should have known that. I flashback to 10 seconds ago when I was like, this is gonna be Legends. I would be real pissed. And I am in fact pissed.
That's the one I was most scared of you catching on to.
Well, I didn't catch on to it, Ben, because you fucked up the pronunciation when you were. That's why I didn't get it. So you fucked me, Ben.
Dorita's husband.
No, I would have gotten it wrong anyway.
Dorita's husband is actually a canon character. She
The
participated.
Jizz Band?
No, the husband of the TIE pilot.
Okay.
The Hako Draslip and Tootle
I was so
Fruits
certain.
are canon.
I was so certain. Then again, I did just pretty much go to Wikipedia and just clicked on bands, and the article separation is not very good when you go to category.
Yeah,
So-
no, it is very not.
Well, that was a delight. I should have known the IG one. I should have.
That's why
I'm mad.
most of
I'm
the
mad at
time-
myself.
Most of the time, I could straight up just read these, but I was a little hesitant on that one because I had to pick around IG-88, IG-72, the IG Lancer droids.
Oh, if you said IG-72, I would have known.
Even IG-88, I feel like wouldn't be a dead giveaway, but it'd be
No.
a strong hint.
It would have been enough for me though.
So you guys are
knew
2 and 2.
I knew Omega Exercise had to be real. I knew it. And I still will say that I think it's Karen Travis. I still think somehow,
That's
some way
the
that leads
headcanon.
back to Karen Travis. That it's not even the head canon. I get the feeling that was named after the thing that's at the start of, I think the first novel's name is Hard Contact. I remember a scenario, and it sounds like some Karen Travis bullshit.
Nope.
I kind of like those books. I'm afraid to go back and read them because I'm sure they're hellaciously problematic. But Karen Travis is Karen Travis, and you can notice Karen Travis's writing from 1,000 miles away, and that's not a compliment.
Nope.
Jesus Christ. So apparently, this was like your final exam at the academy, and if you passed, you passed the academy, whoop-de-doo. If you didn't, they just send you to the front lines. They would be flushed out of the academy and sent to serve as an enlisted soldier.
I really need to do that rotation where I read all of the Geneva Conventions and then watch the movies, because God, the time's coming. The time's coming.
Jesus Christ.
The only reason I haven't done it yet is because it's way thicker than I thought it was.
It's pretty thick.
Thank you very much for that bit, Ben.
Yep. And actually, Chris might find this interesting. Dorita's husband actually served on the Imperial side of the Battle of Jakku.
Oh. That is interesting.
You know what?
And while we're on fun facts, I'm sorry, Jay. Hako Drislip and the Toodle Fruits were sent to the spice mines of Kessel for their Darth Vader song.
Yeah. Ben, I'm going to tell you what I remember about them, and then you can tell me if it's true or not. They literally made, they were a band that made fucking protest songs and just knocked Vader like hell. And then further into the Empire, they literally were imprisoned and then taken out of the widescreen of the galaxy.
Yeah, there's only like 2 sentences for their article. It just says they were a band that recorded the political song Vader's Many Prosthetic Parts. The one member's mother was a songwriter and backup singer for the band, and they were all sent to the spice mines of Kessel days after the song came out.
I'm 99% sure I've referenced this in game.
Oh man.
Because I loved it so much. Because I think the song is actually a bulky article, if I remember correctly.
Oh, geez, yeah, it's got more than I'd think.
I'm becoming upset with myself because
Why?
I have found an unlikely anchor that has helped me this rotation. And his name is Yoda.
It's a hell of an anchor.
This is an example of the pain and suffering that is hurting my brain. I find Yoda really hilarious pretty much at all times right now. The dude is really funny in like a dickhead way.
Oh, yeah. He's an
Like-
asshat. He's just a dick.
I was laughing like more than I usually do, which is an exhale of like an exhale of breath. I was actually chuckling at the Yoda shenanigans, and as I was still chuckling a little bit to myself in scenes after it, specifically the one where Luke does a front flip and Yoda looks like his ass is gonna fall off the back of him. I realized that I've been laughing at Yoda bits the entire rotation, and I hate myself for it, but it's true. Yoda has been especially entertaining this watch because he's a dickhead and funny because of it.
God.
Like, I remember during Revenge of the Sith, I thought he was really funny in all the council member scenes because he was just throwing shade at people all the time.
Yeah.
Yoda really is that. I want to know what happened in his head in the 19 years he spent on Dagobah, because he goes from this old fucking like boomer with a fucking stick up his ass to, hey, that kid finally showed up. I'm gonna gaslight the shit out of him for like 3 hours.
Well, if we're being honest, Yoda's thing was gaslighting kids in the
Well,
Jedi
yeah,
Order.
like- but not like a funny haha look at me being an asshole before. It was like, I'm gonna emotionally fuck with these children.
See, this is a thing that I heard a lot when Last Jedi came out. I think one particular reviewing company said this. The way Yoda acted in Last Jedi was people misunderstanding the character, and that him being an asshole in here was to teach Luke a lesson. Counterpoint, he's just an asshole. Like, yeah, he was trying to teach Luke a lesson and like to teach him some patience, but he's also just an asshole. That's why I like the book Yoda Dark Rendezvous.
Yeah.
Because Yoda Dark Rendezvous is just a bunch of scenes where Yoda's being a dick in the middle, like a prepubescent like child in the middle of fucking the Jedi Temple. That it's just that over and over again until he goes to see Dooku. Like that's Yoda. Yoda's a dick.
Yeah.
He will do anything to make himself laugh or to teach a lesson, but mostly to make himself laugh. Like, he's an old bitch. Chris looks disgusted
Chris
at
is
this
shaking his
conversation.
head.
Sometimes the Star Wars becomes so much. And there's like actual lore being thrown out, and then suddenly you're very tired.
Chris
Did I bring you down that hard today?
Chris and I are a yin and yang, where I will get off on the in-universe lore and all the deep fucking the storytelling and shit. But then the second you talk about like the production or behind the scenes stuff, my brain just flips a switch and I'm just drooling, like not a thought in my brain. And Chris is the exact opposite of that sometimes. Where he's just like, I don't care.
No, I do, because like I like the the expanded material and the lore and everything. Like I love that shit. It's Star Wars at this point. It's like when we start jumping around, like, well, this thing and this canon, but with this and this, and I'm like, oh my god, that's right. There's so many different things.
I feel the weight of canon on this podcast a lot, actually. I believe there are multiple episodes now where we'll start talking about like lore in Star Wars or having it explained, and I'll go, I hate Star Wars. So I feel what you just went through, Chris.
Well, it's like, come on, like, God, like, they're still so vague about some of it sometimes. It's like, how can you have a canon that's so confusing?
Tell me, how did you have to make everything so complicated? I'm just entertaining myself over here.
Oh god, that was a... You really had to do it, Jay, didn't you?
Listen, I get one
Unacceptable.
I get one song reference in an episode you started with a pod racing reference on.
That's fair.
Yin and yang.
I can't argue.
Yin and yang.
God, it's like poetry.
It's like poetry. It's exactly like poetry.
Yo, can we talk about what George Lucas thinks poetry is?
I really wish we wouldn't.
Chris's slam poetry fucking alarms are going
No,
off
we're
right
not
now.
We're not doing tone poems. I'm
He's
just
like
saying he thinks
fucking-
all poetry is rhymes. That's all he thinks it is. I won't stay on the subject, but today is just me upsetting everyone accidentally. And I apologize for it.
Oh my god.
This is done with me.
What the fuck is this podcast? What the fuck do we do every week?
I don't know.
God,
Don't tell my kid.
I'm sorry, gang.
Oh no, that wasn't like to begrudge you, Jay. It's just my brain live 6 weeks ago coming to the realization that I sit here with two people I adore and just do whatever the fuck this is.
I feel like everybody came in here in good spirits, and then I said I fucking hate Star Wars and I hate watching these movies, but I love recording and everything like that.
That's fair.
And
Star Wars
I
fucking
brought
sucks.
I brought down the whole mood. Y'all were ready to go, and I was ready to go to say, fuck this shit. I'm so sorry. Chris is having an existential crisis.
Dead.
This is the most broken I've seen Chris on this show.
It's been a long week. It's been a very long week. It's going to be
It
a very
has.
long next week.
I kept forgetting we were recording today. I literally forgot until I looked at my phone. I was like, "Oh, it's 5 till the time we said we'd record." Yikes! So I quick went like, "Hey guys, I could start recording whenever." And I ran to my computer. So I'm there with you, Chris. I'm like,
I was a little late because
I
I got food delivered and it was spicy and it's hurting me now
ooh.
because I have acid reflux like an old man. So I'm struggling over here. I'm just like,
I have strep throat, and I've been suffering all week. So all of these factors have joined us in the call, in the recording.
So Star Wars, the fifth one. Numbers
Should
are
just
hard.
let you struggle with it.
Numbers are hard, Jay. All right.
The number 5 is hard.
Yes. My roommate was thoroughly disgusted with Han Solo this week.
Oh, he sucks.
So understandably. We get to the first scene where it's him and Leia in the corridor, and I was just like, "Oh, ready yourself." And she's watching, and then halfway through the conversation, she just looks at me, and I just see pain. I was like, I know.
I feel like people don't talk enough about how much Han Solo sucks in this movie.
I here's
we've
the
talked
thing.
about verbatim how much Han Solo sucks in this movie.
Yeah, but we watch the movies every week.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But here's the
You
thing.
you would think someone would have called it out by now in a
I'm
Vice
sure
article or
people,
something.
It's not even just Han Solo though.
I feel like people have called it out, just not as much as they should.
Fucking what's his fucking face from Blade Runner, Harrison Ford's character, is an absolute piece of shit in the same way.
Harrison Ford's characters have a running theme.
And even in Indiana Jones, there's hints of this. It's everyone's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's get Harrison Ford. He's really good at playing
a dick.
characters who are dicks.
It's like you need someone to come in and be a dick for a while. Grab Harrison Ford.
It's because he's upset he doesn't have his hoop.
Yeah. Like
Just
we've
give me
discovered,
one movie where I can have my little hoop.
sir, you're playing the president. I want my hoop, you bastard. No, it's just one. You can't have the hoop in the movie.
I feel like watching that movie would be really interesting with all the context that we have now.
What movie? Blade Runner?
No,
No.
the one where he's the president.
Oh,
Is
I didn't
that
know there was one where
is
he was
that
the
Air Force
president.
One?
Hold on, I'll ask my dad. Hey, Dad, what's the name of the movie where Harrison Ford is president?
Friend of the show, Jay's dad.
What's the name of the movie where Harrison Ford is president? The one on the plane?
I heard that.
What's that? Okay, that's all right. Thank you. We used to have a VHS. I figured he might remember it. He did not.
I thought it was Harrison Ford.
It's
President.
Air Force One.
I knew it was Air Force One.
One.
I said it was Air Force One.
Air Force One.
It's a great
We
movie. I'm a callback to a very early episode where this happened with something else. Googling Harrison Ford president returned me obviously Air Force One, but in the people may ask section on Google, the first question, the people also ask section, first question is Air Force One a true story? And I mean, wow, is the public education system failing our children? Oh,
The guy's name isn't even a real president's name. He didn't even try.
Wait. There's on the same thing.
you don't remember
There's
President
one-
James Marshall? What do you?
There's one that says, "What plane does the first lady fly on?"
Well, we fucked up because we couldn't remember the name of the shit of the movie, which
I
was the
said it
name
was
of the plane.
I said it was Air Force One. I was like, is it Air Force One?
Chris did say it's an Air Force One.
Oh, I missed
I had no backup.
that. It's
Chase Dad
no,
let
it
me
was named
down.
after the plane.
Jay's dad. Friend of the show, Jay's
Friend
dad.
of the show, Jay's dad. Known for his guest appearance sneezing.
Most known for sneezing and not knowing the name of Air Force One.
Here's the information that we have on Jay's dad. He sneezes a lot. He has seen the Harrison Ford president movie, but does not know its name. Air Force One.
Holy shit. Is there a Star Wars equivalent of the Air Force One for Palpatine?
Yeah, it's the Clone Wars
Okay.
cartoon.
I have another question.
No, I mean
Oh,
like
How do I
it's
convince
actual
ship.
How do
Yeah.
I convince Disney to let
no.
Taika Waititi
Oh no.
redo Air Force One as a Star Wars
No!
movie with Han Solo on the Millennium Falcon?
I'm down. I'm down.
But we have to get Kevin Costner back as well.
I know nothing about what Kevin Costner is doing now.
I know
Ghost.
nothing about Air Force One.
It's based on a real plane, not based on a true story, though. In case you were,
It's also apparently
Was
not.
the sense of the first episode of NCIS based on a real story? Yes, the first episode of NCIS was somebody dies on Air Force One.
My God.
Oh. No, I don't know if Palpatine has his own ship, but if you're talking about the movie Air Force One in Star Wars, it's literally the kidnapping of Palpatine and the cartoon Clone Wars.
Oh my God. So wait, what you're telling me is it's Air Force One is a movie where they hijack the plane and hold the president hostage?
Yes.
Is that what this
Yes.
movie
President
is
Harrison
about?
Ford.
President Harrison Ford. You now know why we're obsessed with this movie that we haven't seen in
God.
20 years.
I think
Oh
it was
my
also on
God.
TNT one day.
This sounds
And
like
I
a
watched it.
TNT movie.
I
I
feel
haven't
like
watched
I
it in
also
years.
watched it on TNT, perhaps after a Star Wars movie.
This brings us back to an interesting thing that we've brushed on, but we haven't gone in depth with, which is what the fuck it was like for Palpatine to be sitting in that room alone after Grievous captures him, talking to everybody as if to pretend like he wasn't there of his own will. Because that's another one of those Star Wars scenes that you don't see, but you know what happened.
Wait,
That
can you
I'm
remind me
fascinated
again?
with. The scene where the entirety of the time that Palpatine is a prisoner on Grievous's ship has to be a trip because he's not actually a prisoner.
Oh god, because he's actually the one in charge.
Because, like, do
Oh,
the droids... Why would they hide it from the droids? Is my big thing. Like,
I don't think they would. So he was
You
just
gotta
parading
imagine.
around, and at a certain point, he was like, "All right, well
Yeah.
now, Grievous, you go get ready to deal with them. I'm a pirate again."
Arr, Grievous, arr.
Arr, Grievous,
Grievous, where be the plane?
Grievous, oh my god. So the whole time I'm sitting there with my roommate, I'm telling her how we recasted R2D2 with Vin Diesel. And
We also did it with Owen Wilson.
and this somehow led to Darth Vader being cast, or it being recast, but with Mr. Krabs.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
And
I
it was
hate
so
this.
good.
I
It
hate
was
this.
So good.
I hate this so much.
Oh boy.
Counterpoint.
I hate this.
Darth Vader is plankton, but like the actual size of plankton.
There you go.
Little tiny Darth Vader
would
walking
be
around
very
the ship
good.
just force choking guys.
Yeah.
He's barely this like a quarter of a centimeter large.
Yeah. Would be very funny.
I find your lack of faith disturbing. I can't do plankton. Just like I can't see Lord Vader, but somebody is hanging in the air with their hand on their throat. Vader, put that man down.
Oh, Luke, I am your father.
Luke, I am your father. Okay, so we're gonna
Kinda
get
wanna- I kind of want to go watch Air Force One now. There is. It hit me this week that there's a moment where, like, after the no, and Luke falls off the thing, and Vader just like looks down, and he's like, what goes through Vader's head in that moment? Is it just like, well, fuck?
No, it's in my head. It's just the look of like, not surprise, but just like, well, shit, that just happened.
I want someone to make.
There goes my kid.
I'm gonna learn how to edit just for this. I want someone to make a video where it's Luke falling off the thing and Vader's staring down, and just like the opaque fade in of Anakin jumping off the speeder at the beginning of Attack of the Clones.
Vader looking over the edge, just like, been a father for 2 hours and I've already dropped the kid down a shaft. This fatherhood thing is not going well.
This was a horrible
I don't know
experience.
if
I
I'm
hope
cut
this is
out
the
for
last time I have to drop
Luke.
someone down a shaft.
Luke, I don't know how Child Protective Services work. You gotta come back so I don't get in trouble, Luke.
I don't think they'll be too happy about this.
Luke, what am I going to tell them, that I cut off my son's hand?
Luke, you have to understand. At least I didn't burning hammer you down the shaft. Officer, it was a mistake.
Luke, I don't know how to be a father. I never had one. Well,
I realize.
Dad, you never had a father, so you think a normal thing to do is to try to encase your son in carbonite and cut off his hand? That's your first move? Look, I never pretended to be perfect.
I think I realized why my Vader impression sounds so off. I think I'm doing an impression of radio drama Vader.
Yeah, I bet that is. For me, it's just because I'm laughing when I'm talking, so I can't get it. Man,
I can't
radio
explain
drama Vader
Pirate
was better
Palpatine though.
times.
There's no explaining that one. Can't tell you
Eh,
where that
it's
comes
only a-
from.
It's only a hair off. It's literally, it's not as far
It's
off
close.
as it's close to where our brains go for Palpatine. Because in our minds, Palpatine only talks in the most extreme of ways that
Yeah.
Palpatine ever talks. Yes, Palpatine talks like this at all times.
All the time. That would be a better
There
movie.
are no
if he
times
didn't
in the Star
talk
Wars
like
franchise
that.
where Palpatine doesn't talk like this.
That's a better movie instantly.
Yes.
That's why I think the bits make me laugh so hard when we do them. It's just the voice.
It's just the voices.
I'll watch your career with great interest.
I'm just imagining he's like, I'm going with all our bits. He just walks up in front of the Senate and just goes, yeah. To just like do his initial
echo.
opening address the Senate.
The more that we talk about Palpatine, which, by the way, this is the first time we've pitched Papa Palps and Downtime Darth episodes in a long time, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
But the farther along we get, the less Palpatine looks like Palpatine, and the more Palpatine looks like Dr. Evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if God was what I was?
Yes, Luke, you don't understand. I had to call Child Protective Services on Lord Vader. He dropped you down the reactor shaft, for God's sake.
That's an OSHA violation.
Can't just have all
Yes,
these
yes.
empty, open reactor shafts laying around.
If we don't talk about this, I'm going to have Kevin Smith talking about me in a movie one day, and I have to get it taken care of. I have to comply with OSHA, Luke.
Luke, you don't understand. I can't be audited again.
Again.
Listen, Luke, all of my funds are channeled through Naboo, through Tatooine, through Kuwait, and then back to Naboo. I know it was a mistake on my part to not channel it through more planets, but this is where I'm at, Luke.
Luke, I admit it was a mistake to channel all my money into whatever Jar Jar coin is, but...
Luke, I need you to come in. We're going to make an NFT out of you.
Oh my God. No. Stop it.
We're going to call it Son of Vader.
What the hell? Why are we doing, what is this new character we're pitching? Is this, what is this, TikTok Palps?
TikTok Palps is a great idea, though.
It's just
it's
like
not.
shithead
No, it's
influencer
not.
Palpatine.
Was he not that?
Ugh.
This has been Star Wars Every Week Forever.
Yeah, this
Please
is a
follow.
train. I have to disembark immediately.
Please follow Palpatine's TikTok immediately, or he'll blow up your planet. Good night. I really didn't want to get off that train, by the way. I just knew we had to.
I really did.
Hey, if you enjoyed us, thought we were funny, like our content, or just really love our suffering and want to hear more of it, we're available all over the place and release episodes every Wednesday around 12 Eastern Standard Time. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Player FM, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and in a unique format over on YouTube that our fans seem to dig. You can join in on the conversation over on Twitter as well, at SWEWF. We're quite active and love to hear from our fans. Sincerely, though, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend with us on this car crash of a ride.